Thanks, Sterling. We are here with Janine Washle from CloverFields Farm and Kitchen talking about weddings today, and we're talking about giving sort of a vintage, classic look to your wedding on a do-it-yourself budget.
That's right.
Earlier we did rustic and country, and for some reason that seems less intimidating to me than the classy vintage look. But you say this can be done quite simply as well.
Absolutely. So, for example, the cakes, we use those cylinders again. And so I'm using something that you can use after your wedding in your home.
Right.
So for decorating and whatever. And rather than putting an arrangement down here, we've suspended the jewelry. This is actually, I bought this at Michael's in the jewelry section, and I suspended it using the sticky dots on the bottom of the cake round.
Okay, so you've got just a piece of cardboard basically underneath here.
I'll lift it up.
Look, we'll show you.
I just cut it to fit this cardboard round.
And use the sticky dots and
yes.
some tape.
And then just put it on top of there.
Okay.
And then I've just set my cake on here. These cakes were baked in the Wilton softball molds.
But you say you can do this with a metal bowl.
Yeah, those inexpensive metal bowls that you get at Big Lots. You can use it, just make sure you've got some oven mitts to pull it out. If you know that the internal temperature of a cake, and the internal temperature of a pound cake is 200 degrees for regular cake like white and chocolate, it's 195. You can use an instant read thermometer. You lower your temperature. So
in the oven.
The oven. So if it's 350, bake at 325 and add a little bit more time, like maybe 10 minutes. Take your temperature
and you know when your cake
is done.
Now, when you decorate a cake like this, now this looks very complicated, like this lace that you have on this one, which is done, I guess, out of fondant.
Yes.
But you say even that is not difficult. It's a mold.
It's a mold, and you just press your fondant in here, lay this on top, and then it's a silicone mold, and actually you use a rolling pin and you roll it over. This peels off immediately, and then you just pop it out of the mold and place it on the cake using piping gel. So you can buy this already done at Michael's, and or just any cake shop. You can even buy it online.
Yeah, you can use real flowers to decorate quite simply, and you're going to show me how to dust a rose to give it a sugary, sparkly look. Okay.
Whenever you make a cake that the public is going to eat, we don't know people's personal health concerns or whatever. So use the just whites in the bakery aisle, reconstitute it to become an egg white, and then so that's this, and this is super fine sugar. You just take regular granulated sugar, run it in the blender for a few minutes, and you've got super fine sugar. It's a little bit pricey. And all you do when you do a rose, cut a little bit of a stem. You're going to kind of use that. This little rose is cold, and you just kind of work it open like this. And use your fingers, like you're holding it, and then hold this down, and then you would take the egg white.
Okay, you've got a different brush for that.
Actually, this is for the piping gel. So it's this. I like this one because it's not really painting it as much as it is rolling it. And then you take it on the other side and you just work around the petals. And I egg wash every one of these. And I'm not going to do all of them, but just I just kind of roll it on, make sure I cover everything using my fingers and rolling the stem, just to turn it. And then all you do is you just dip it in here. Just use your fingers and go like that. And then on the other side, and it opens up, and you can see I've got a couple on that cake over there, and it opens up and it gives this sugared, and everywhere that the egg white and the sugar is, it dries the rose. So anything that's going to come in contact with the cake, you want it to be dried so it doesn't melt the fondant.
Care of that for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Then you use this gel again to just stick it on there.
Yeah,
glue it on the cake.
It's like edible glue, and you just go like this, and then you would just take a petal and you would just attach it. But the thing is, I did not use a pastry bag on any of this. So this is all just a matter of attaching, dusting.
Simple.
All right. It looks great.
Because we're running out of time, I want to mention that Janine left this cake that we showed you earlier just to show that from here down it is styrofoam. So if you have a small wedding party and you want to have a grand cake, but you don't want to pay for a grand cake, use these styrofoam forms. Go up to here, put the cardboard down, and then put your cake on top. You can still serve everybody, and you have this grand presentation. You just ice the styrofoam like you'd ice a cake, right?
Absolutely, and you can see that the knife's going in there. So this is the pound cake, and then
down there,
that's it. That's as far as it'll go.
And then one other quick suggestion: if you want to do a bar, like a candy bar, we were talking earlier. You can get some vintage dishes. She paid $5 for these at Charlotte's Web. And you can make it really fancy and add candies, macaroons, truffles, whatever. suits your fancy.
Absolutely. I'll give you the recipe so you can make your own candies.
Very good. So that's going to be in the brochure that you just emailed Janine for. She sends it right back to you so that you have all these ideas. You can get her information on our website, wdrb.com.